This copyrighted telecast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Nevada. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Nevada and Learfield.
Williams will throw. Has the ball tipped and intercepted. Going the other way is the Wolfpack. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Unbelievable. Nevada on offense. A.J. Bianco. The inside handoff. Big play out of the gates for the Wolfpack. Herschel Turner knocks down a defender. He can't be brought down. Oh my, what a run.
Looks downfield, guns it right side, has his man in stride. It's Carpenter down the sideline. He stays inbounds, no. Down the middle, and it's intercepted. E.J. Smith with his second pick of the season. At midfield, between the hashes, he's down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Bianco sets, throws, right side, Bellin, touchdown Nevada. Snap to Purdy, running right, has blockers. Chubba's going in for the lead. Touchdown Nevada.
Kicking things off with some of the top moments of Nevada football's young season as the Pack enjoys a week off. Hello again, friends. Glad to have you here for another installment of Wolfpack All Access presented by Champion Chevrolet. I'm your boy, Mike Stephenson. There is much to get to in Wolfpack land, and we've got you covered, of course. Later, we'll sit down with Nevada softball coach Victoria Hayward as she wraps a bow on her epic playing career. We're also checking in with Pack Hoops, with practices now underway for both the men and the women. But we'll start with the guys on the gridiron. Nevada showing flashes of what it can be, but finishing non-conference play with a 1-3 record. It is a mark that could easily be 3-1 if not for some ill-timed miscues. Our Alex Margulies sat down with head coach Jeff Choate as the Wolfpack dove into an important week off before the start of Mountain West play.
Downstairs at Legacy Hall, head coach Jeff Choate, Alex Margulies. Coach, you now are in your bye week. You've had a chance to kind of maybe take that 50,000-foot view of your team. You come in 1-3 into this bye week, but you're looking at a team that has done a lot of things well, right? Running the football well. Defense has been very competitive in the front seven especially. Been some mistakes, especially in the red zone with turnovers. So as you kind of now have had a chance to kind of sit back and assess your team after 4 games, what do you see?
Yeah, I think all the things that you said are right. I mean, I think that we've been our own worst enemies in a lot of ways, and I'll say some things that were positive. Number one, I think that you mentioned the run game. I think that's been a real positive. You mentioned our front seven play, specifically our DNs and our ability to affect the quarterback. That's been a real positive. We replaced 2 really good corners, one a first-team all-conference player from a year ago and Mike Coates, and I don't think we've missed a beat. I think that Ed Rambo and A.J. Odom are very, very good competitive corners in this league. And so I think those are all really positive things. I think the things that have shown up is, hey, we've got to find a way to get more consistency from our wide receiver room because I think that's going to help our quarterback play. And another positive I would say is that, we've emerged as kind of a 12 personnel team because we have 2 really good tight ends. And I think our offensive line, while there's still work to be done, in the first 4 games they gelled maybe better than I thought they would, with 3 new starters and kind of trying to find that guy that was going to be the swing guy at tackle. And so I think there's been some real positives there. You mentioned the turnovers in the red zone. Well, the one thing that I keep thinking to myself is, okay, at some point in time, that ball's going to bounce our way, right? And those turnovers are going to turn into touchdowns, and our defense is going to go from good to great. And there's better days and some wins on the horizon for the Wolfpack as long as we can stay the course and have the perseverance and the discipline that we've showed up to this point in time.
Yeah, and that's what we've talked about in recent weeks. It's like when you look at these games, and yeah, you're 1-3, you very easily could be 3-1 because there are things of where your team is playing good football. It's just some of those little mistakes, whether it's penalties in some games, whether it's turnovers in others. It's not like this is a 1-3 team and you're like, we just can't do anything right. Like there are things that you feel like, okay, I can see where this light can turn on and we can actually string together some wins.
And I think that's really important is to create that belief and that confidence within our team. But we still got to go out and do it.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to step up and make that critical catch. Somebody's going to step up and make that critical sack, turnover, whatever it looks like for us. And so it's out there in front of us. It's still there. And there's still a ton of football left to play. And I've said this a couple times. I mean, kind of the Mountain West is, it's kind of who shows up and which team shows up what day where. And it could be a really exciting, I think, stretch of league play that we've got coming up.
So as you look at the Mountain West as a whole, I know you've had a chance to look at some of the teams and obviously been focused on your upcoming games, but you have talked about as a whole that you do feel like, hey, this is a league that we can go and win some games and be competitive.
Yeah.
Where do you kind of see yourself, being able to match up against the league?
Well, I think it's the places that we talked about. I think that we've shown the ability to consistently run the football. I think that we've shown the ability to consistently affect the quarterback. I think those are two good places to start. I think our special teams play is vastly improved over a year ago, which was an Achilles heel for us in a couple of league games. And I think that it's going to come down to marginally improving our wide receiver performance and our quarterback play. And as that happens, it's small steps, not big steps. Their confidence grows, and we really start to kind of hit our stride and roll on offense while continuing to take those next steps on defense and in the kicking game.
All right, so you're going to take your first Mountain West assignment out in Fresno against the Bulldogs. Always a tough place to play. I don't know how much film you've had a chance to watch of them so far, but what stands out about that matchup?
I think all the things that have gone wrong for us have gone right for them. The Oregon State game and the Hawaii game are both examples of, sometimes the football gods shine on you a little bit, and they've had some very fortuitous bounces. They've had some catastrophic failures on opponents' special teams, and the Oregon State game in particular, that Oregon State really kind of dominated the game and gave them about 18 points in the kicking game. And so we know they're always, we did that last year. We had a lead in the fourth quarter, and we had two snafus on punt that kind of were the turning points in the game. And so that's obviously been an emphasis for us. I think they're a team that's going to continue to kind of get, EJ's their quarterback is a sneaky athletic guy. Like he gets more off schedule yards than you think. He's not really, they run the RPO game, they run counter. Their offense is actually very similar to the team we just played. But I do think that the Warner kid is a better off schedule runner than MacGyver was for Western Kentucky. So similar challenge that they present from an offensive standpoint. Defensively, they've been kind of hit and miss. I think they played really, really solid defense at times, and they've given up some explosive at times. And so I think there's some things and some matchups out there that can be favorable for us. And they have very strong special teams. And so I think that's a good matchup for us.
Coach, appreciate you joining us as always. Man. All right, we're going to send it back to our Nevada Sportsnet studios.
Coming up, basketball season. In under a month, Nevada will be hooping inside Lawler Event Center. We're hearing from both the men's and women's squads next on Wolfpack All Access. We are back on Champion Chevrolet's Wolfpack All Access. Ready or not, it is about to be basketball season. And following its summer excursion to the Bahamas, Nevada's men are back to work. Hard to believe it is year 7 for head coach Steve Alford, and this year there are a bunch of new Wolves joining just 4 returners from last year's squad, including no starters. Of course, last season was less than ideal. After back-to-back appearances in the NCAA tournament, another talented Pac team started 6-1 before stumbling in Mountain West play, eventually finishing 17-16 overall with no postseason appearance. This year's group again looks pretty solid on paper. Time will tell if it results in a Mountain West championship, though, and that time has begun.
This has been a really good group in the off season. They have worked. We've got good depth. We've had good energy. It's been a very good talking team for this time of year. But I told them, now it just ramps up. It goes from where we get 8 hours a week to 20 hours a week. So it gets ramped up starting today, and I'm excited to see kind of how we do the next 5 weeks. It's a whole different game when you're bringing 8, 9 new guys into the mix every year. That's a little bit different for somebody like me that's been doing it a long time, and we've had to adjust kind of how we do things. And hopefully those adjustments here in the off season will pay dividends.
I just think everybody wants to win. We know in the college level everybody's played before, so to win you got to play together, and you got to have guys that's unselfish and ready to swing the ball when you open. We really just focus on court and off the court things. We don't talk about last year and what happened last year. I know this year we're trying to cut down on the mistakes, what happened last year, and try to nip that in the bud. But besides that, we just try to play ball, and that's it.
The Wolfpack women also getting after it as Amanda Levins enters her 9th season at the helm of the program. Nevada will look to level up from a season ago when the Silver and Blue lost 21 games to just 11 wins. 6 players who saw action last year are back, a group bolstered by the addition of 5 Division I transfers.
I think our staff did a really good job with the freshman class and then the transfer portal this spring, bringing in some great individual players and now just getting them to buy in to everything we need them to do throughout the season. So far it's been fun, and I know it's going to be a fun work in progress as we go along. I think it starts in practice with us being consistent from start to finish and having so much more depth this year and the competitiveness that's been going on in practice. I think everyone's really hungry to, earn their role, and so it's been really fun so far.
The Wolfpack men make their Lawler Event Center debut October 25th, hosting Eastern Washington for an exhibition game. The ladies will dive straight into their regular season schedule, starting things November 3rd at home with Cal State San Marcos in town. For more on both squads, head over to NevadaSportsNet.com. Wolfpack All Access rolls on after this as we sit down with Victoria Hayward, Nevada softball coach, who recently called it a career as a player. That's coming up.
Hi, I'm Bella Snyder. I'm a senior middle blocker, and I'm going to be answering 5 questions. My pregame ritual is getting Starbucks and just listening to my favorite songs on my headphones. I would say Gating experience all the seasons at its extreme. In Oregon, it's just rain. So we don't get that. We don't get like a lot of heat. We don't get a lot of snow. We don't get a lot of that. So I think that being able to see that in Reno is godsend. I would say touching the net because I find myself sometimes in the net too much. Nikos or Ambry, for sure, no doubt in my head. I'd say my favorite pregame meal is a Chick-fil-A sandwich, grilled, not fried, or a grilled chicken Caesar wrap.
Welcome back to Wolfpack All Access. I'm Mike Stephenson. Victoria Hayward will never forget 2025. Nevada softball coach led the Pack to its first Mountain West championship in her first season. Then months later, called it good on her historic playing career, one that featured an Olympic medal and ended with a championship in the Athletes Unlimited Softball League. Our Zach Larson recently sat down with Coach Hayward.
Sitting down with Nevada softball head coach Victoria Hayward as we are in the off season for softball, but not the off season for you, coach. Take me through what you did this summer.
This summer I played my final season as a professional softball player. So I played in the inaugural season of the AUSL Softball League and just helped kickstart just a traditional league that we've always wanted in softball, and we're partnered with the MLB and just wanted to see it through before I hung up my cleats. So spent the summer traveling everywhere, playing, winning a championship with the Talons, and yeah, hung them up.
Now, not every D1 coach plays and coaches, obviously, but why did you decide to still keep playing during your coaching career thus far?
I'd actually say it's the opposite. It was almost like, why did I decide to start coaching during my playing career? Because I've played every season since I was 8 years old. So playing has always been my consistency, and then falling in love with coaching and having it be the passion that brought me from season to season. It fit the schedule, it helped me learn and grow and kind of all of those things. And I think now in these past few years, it's really become me realizing I love coaching and seeing other people succeed more than my own joy of doing it, succeeding, and being able to do that. So I think that's when I knew that it was time to transition. But I think it's incredible that our staff continues to play, and I love surrounding our women with people who they can aspire to be, that are just continuing to learn, continuing to grow, and continuing to challenge themselves at the highest level.
You mentioned it before, this is your final year playing as a player. What kind of went into that decision?
I think just having those moments this off season, or for me in my playing off season, which was our on season for Nevada, just having those moments where I'm like, I have to make a choice right now with my time. There's only 24 hours in the day. Do I want to pour into the Wolfpack, or do I want to pour into Victoria Hayward as an athlete? And I was always choosing the Wolfpack. So, and I didn't regret that decision any one time I made it. So I think just my ability to now pour 100% of my time and 100% of my energy into that, I think just made me really excited. And I think I was proud of everything I had accomplished and didn't feel like there were any more, call them like dangling carrots in front of you, like getting you to the next day and motivating you. So I just felt content, and I'm excited to just continue to pour into the next generation of softball players.
Looking a little bit back on your playing career, what are you most proud of?
I think I'm probably most proud of, a lot of things. I think I'm proud of how I took risks and how I set goals to, be willing to do something for the first time. Or, with Team Canada, we won bronze, and it was the first medal softball Canada had ever had. And just the things we had to do to achieve something that had never been done. I think it takes a special vision, it takes a special work ethic, and I think it takes special leadership. Deciding to pick up the phone and take the plunge to help start Athletes Unlimited and being the first athlete to sign. Like, other people could have taken that call, and I was the one that did. So I'm proud of that. And I think even in my coaching journey, like helping take San Diego State to places it's never been, helping take this program to places it's never been. I think you have to be bold, you have to be a visionary, and I'm proud of how just my process has led me to do things that have never been done, and I'm excited to continue doing them.
Many thanks and many congratulations to Coach Victoria Hayward. Pac softball does have a fall schedule. Nevada will host Sacramento City College October 18th at noon and Lassen College October 24th at 3. Next, a check-in on the rest of the Pac's fall sports, including the conference openers for soccer and volleyball, when Wolfpack All Access, presented by Champion Chevrolet, returns.
.300-yard passing games are commonplace. 300-yard rushing performances, those are far more rare. But on September 27, 1986, Nevada running back Lucius Floyd hit that mark. In a 61-10 road win at Montana State, Floyd had 17 carries for 305 yards and 4 touchdowns, setting a single-game Wolfpack rushing record. Those 305 yards were the third most in a Big Sky game and still rank as the 7th most 39 years later. Floyd finished the season leading the Big Sky in rushing, while helping number 1 ranked Nevada go 11-0 in the regular season and reach the FCS semifinals. While Floyd's single-game Wolfpack rushing record would eventually be broken by Chance Kretschmer in 2001, Floyd went on to a highly successful Canadian Football League career, earning Western Conference Rookie of the Year honors in 1990 and winning a Grey Cup title with the Edmonton Eskimos in 1993 as he scored the game-opening touchdown in a 33-23 victory.
Thanks for sticking with us here on Wolfpack All Access. As Mountain West play looms for the football team, it has begun for a pair of Pac fall sports. After a 1-5-1 start to the season in its non-league slate, Nevada soccer looking to spark its season with 3 straight home matches. It started Thursday with Fresno State in town, a match taken by the visitors 3-0. Nevada next welcomes new Mountain West school Grand Canyon on Thursday. Pac volleyball was 4-6 over its 10 non-conference games. The Silver and Blue beginning league play on the road, first Thursday at the Air Force Academy, where it was a win via sweep for the home team. Nevada then visited Colorado State, leaving Fort Collins with another loss. The Wolfpack now returns home for a huge one Thursday as UNLV invades the Virginia Street Gym. Also this week, the women's tennis team, one of the Pac's top programs a year ago, opened its fall schedule at the U.S. Tennis Association's Intercollegiate Championships in San Diego. And on Monday and Tuesday, the women's golf team will play in the Molly Collegiate Invitational over in Corvallis, Oregon. Well, Tuesday is set to be a huge one for Nevada athletics. Coming up next, we're wrapping a bow on this week's installment of Wolfpack All Access. Wrapping things up on Wolfpack All Access with some notes from Nevada's athletic department. This Tuesday will mark a massive step for the future home of Nevada men's basketball. A ceremonial groundbreaking is taking place for the new $400+ million arena at the Grand Sierra Resort. The program will take place from 5 to 6 in the northwest parking lot of the GSR. It is invite only, but the public is invited to watch a live stream of the festivities inside Chicky and Pete's Sports Bar. If you can't make it in person, it can also be viewed anywhere via the Mountain West's website, themw.com. Season tickets are now on sale for Pac basketball. On the men's side, they're as low as $125 per person. For the women, $65. So about $200 gets you into every home game all season for both teams. Head over to mynevadatickets.com or call 348-PAC. And another reason to be at Nevada football's game October 11th against San Diego State, there will be a drone show made possible by Nevada State Bank. It is the third year in a row this spectacle will take to the skies above Mackey Stadium, so make sure to stick around for high-flying halftime entertainment. Again, that's October 11th, which takes place during the Pac's Family Weekend. That's all, folks. Thanks for kicking it for another installment of Champion Chevrolet's Wolfpack All Access. I'm Mike Stephenson saying so long, friends.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.